And we are live. We're going to get this going very quickly. Thank you very much for being here at this time. Give everyone a few minutes. Pardon me as I get all my gadgets and toys up right now. And these are gadgets and toys after all. I have to tell you, it really is funny. I'm having a great conversation with my good friends Barry, JJ, Bilal, and Greg. Conversations with him and Cody mentioned this as well earlier today, that this entire investment climate would be so much better off, this era, if you had full service brokerage. There was no reason to panic on Friday. Absolutely no reason to panic. Our hunting party did tremendous. I loved it that some of our, we'll call it more mature individuals, and today as I celebrate my 60th birthday here in Mexico City, I can say that, but some of our more mature members gave a little sense of, support and a calm reserve for younger investors. That's what you really need. Again, Friday was much ado about nothing, but I'll take it the fact that see what happens when I'm not in the digital trading pits. So you can blame it on me. Well, thank you very much, David. I appreciate that immensely. Let's just say hello to everyone. Cody, thank you very much for joining us. Christopher, thank you very much. And David, if I try to speak Spanish to you, if you listen to my Spanish, the good thing about it is the Mexican people are such warm, wonderful people. And I can laugh along at myself with my efforts too, but it is kind of funny. I got a story about that in a second. So again, Christopher, thank you very much. Brent, thank you very much. Greg, let's go. Hey, it's a fun party. That's right. Buenos dias, David. Selwyn, thank you very much. And Selwyn, I won't even try speaking my Welsh. I tried at one time or another to learn that, just my father's side, and that was horrible. Thank you very much, Christopher. I mean it very well. And yes, thank you very much, JJ. Yes, nothing like the stylings of a 1961 DeSoto. What a beautiful car. Denise, thank you very much for joining us. Mike, thank you, and my pleasure, and I appreciate it very much. So, Alex, great to hear from you. Thank you very much for joining us. Andreas, thank you very much, and I appreciate the wishes. Thank you very much, Keith, and as well. Felipe, thank you very much here. I got to tell you first a funny little story here. I hope you don't mind me taking the time on this one, but it goes to my comments with David and speaking Spanish. I used to be, well, there you go. I used to be reasonably fluent in Spanish, not reasonably enough to get along, certainly conversational, but you get out of the role of it. But somewhere along the lines, my circuits are switched, and I have to have this good joke because my professor, my Spanish professor in university, all these years ago, thank you very much, Dan and Denise, noted something really funny, and it was really great. His first name was Pablo, and he would say to me, Juan, he said, "You speak Spanish with a French accent. Why is this happening?" And I couldn't figure it out. And of course, then I also do these really silly things because I'm again, the circuits get tripped. I end up finding myself, sometimes throwing in Italian words within a conversation that is supposed to be Spanish. So everyone's looking at this crazy person who has some sort of French accent, which I never have when I'm speaking Spanish. It's a good laugh. And remember, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you will? Carrie, great to see you here. Michael, again, thank you very much. Big Dave, thank you much. And Drew, great to see you here. Okay, today's a shopping day. That's really what it is. And again, hats off to all of you, those of us who are a little more mature, who showed that resolve on Friday to get everyone to calm down. It was two in the back of a head in a Brooklyn bodega was more subtle than the sell-off on Friday in precious metals. Nothing has changed, and I'm sure if you've seen the commentary from the Fed's Mr. Bullard, it really was P.T. Barnum. And JJ, who understands a lot about P.T. Barnum, the Fed's making comments today very odd, and I think one of them that I have to go on that Mr. Bullard noted, have to be ready for an idea of upside inflation risks. I don't even know this, and what I just had to drop that P.T. Barnum quote: "Fortune always favors the brave, and never help a man who does not help himself." The Fed is coming out, Mr. Bullard is coming out with some strange comments today, very strange comments. And that's where I really want to, emphasize nothing has changed. As I said, nothing has changed the narrative. Anthony, great to see you. There's the narrative on precious metals, and for that matter, precious metal miners. It's just one of these long game investments, but that's the things that we need to really focus in on. The long game is the only game. Respectfully, I say this, but it is intended with a little bit of cutting to it. The Kitty Core, the Kitty Core investment community of today, and that isn't meant to be insulting to anyone here, but it lacks that mentorship that my generation we so had and really didn't quite understand, of investing in the long game, taking a tactical approach. And as I said to my good friend, Timo today, as far as, don't worry about, it's not necessarily we're investing in, say, slow moving. We're investing in established, great companies that are going to be here 20, 50 years from now. Comment that I said to Barry in a discussion with my good friend Barry, I mentioned to him, our daughters will one day be looking back and looking at the shares and think companies like a Barrick Gold and a Exxon, whatever, all these companies, a KMI, a Kinder Morgan, a Halliburton, all these great companies, they'll be looking at these shares in 2060 and, dear old dad that's long since gone, and seeing what we provided. You invest in leading companies, you invest in the long game, you invest in sector leaders. Fly-by-night operations and those who are so focused in on marketing sizzle, it's a hard pass on it. Dan, great to see you here. So let's go a quick review of the market, and then we're going to go through a shopping spree. I want to go through each one of those. I listed those. I think I caught all of them. It's been a big acquisition day. Right now, we've got, to the surprise of none, yes, the market came back. Dow up 506 points to 33,796. NASDAQ up 95 points to 14,125, and the S&P kicked the stall door down, up 50 points to 42,16. Again, Friday, and you probably saw it all through the weekend. The fear promotion, endless fear sell. I even noted CNBC on, Peter, great to see you. Buenos dias. Very good. I'm in Mexico City. One of the things that was really interesting for me was the fact that how the mainstream media was promoting fear. Fear sells, and it works in a sector where people are looking at their quotes every second of the day, looking at this back and forth. Remember what I've told you before, decimalization, I think it was 2001. Sorry, I'm incorrect here, but I recall it. Before that, we traded in the Spanish 8 system. Would it really matter to you if your equity was at 24 1/8 or 24 1/4, 24 3/8? You wouldn't be prone to these situations of sell-offs, and you'd be able to understand the benefits of using options and just scalping that out. So just another comment there. So avoid the fear sell, avoid it, and sometimes at very best, go in and look at some of the leadership of our group. We've got a lot of really good leaders here, young and old. Benny, great to see you. Young and old alike. Hats off to JJ, really taking the bull by the horns and leading in my absence on Friday. I was very pleased, but many of you were doing the same. Be vocal online and speak with each other. For those who promoted fear, remember, those are the people we have to avoid, block out. And there's a lot of people online who are promoting fear. It's absolutely ridiculous. And certainly the financial media is complicit in that as well. Okay, so let's go right into our commodity patch right now, and commodity patch, and it really has been a little patchy. An interesting situation here on Furlan, because we're looking at different situations. As I said, I have to watch that whipsaw of the greenback. No big surprise here, but again, mind the whipsaw. Is the greenback headed northbound? It certainly is showing signs of heading northbound but that's in the interim period, the short-term period. Long game here, the greenback is going to be, it's going to be a very ugly situation. We won't forget it through our life on the sell-off on the greenback. Right now, we're off 0.32, 91.91. No big surprise here, but again, you have to take that tactical look here. I think the big thing that people are looking at, in my opinion, is looking at precious metals in response to precious metals. Now, to answer a question, I quote the months just before the rollovers, not to confuse anyone. I don't want to confuse you on different tactical plays on the day of rollovers, but just so that those of you are following on futures. August gold right now 1784.30, up $15, hit 1786. Just showing those nice lines here. Again, we're going to see a very good situation here within gold. I think we've got tremendous support in gold. Part of me will call it at 17. We'll call it 1750. But obviously, we're going to all be. They're going to be a little more comfortable with once we break that. We'll call it 1810 line here. But none of that changes the long-term narrative of gold. Okay, so again, stack those gold bars high. Silver, we've got a lot of room to make up here after that fall from 28. But right now we're up 6 cents to 26.045. Copper. Let me go into copper here real quickly because again, another comment I have with my good friend Barry, and for every comment of copper, let me just emphasize to this, and you're all part of this group here. I want to just say that we were talking about copper and the manipulation of the market coming out of China. I know many people don't discuss that online, but I am in the commodity pits. It's that on. I've been there. Some of these contracts I trade, some of these pits I trade, I've been trading since 1983. So when you start talking about WTI, I've got history here, and certainly with copper, it's the same thing. This one was manipulated. And I said that during China's Golden Week, and I said some very peculiar situations were happening, certainly when they returned and the coverage. Well, right now, copper has bounced off the session lows of 411.25 to 418.5, up 0.0235. I couldn't be concerned if we get a little further weakness, we might see copper nudge into the $4. Certainly that's a psychological barrier, but the real breakdown goes into, we'll call it 375, 385 here. Copper long-term is, in the long game, copper is gold here. You've been hearing me say that for 5 years now. But again, when it hit 488, recently, that was a strong sell. And as I suggested here, but now's a good time to start looking at those quality base metal miners. And if you're looking at base metal miners, start with FCX within buy rights. You just need to prepare the structure and the profile of gold and sell it. Yeah, fundamentally it's there, but we have to expect it. We have to expect this. There's a lot of things in play here within bullion banks, gold bank positions, and all this. Expect this. Don't purely trade this on technical sides. Don't trade it on technical sides. Trade it. Look at bullion. I've got some bullion over there. Yes, I'm the guy who travels with bullion, and my gosh, the stories I have to tell you about traveling with bullion. I felt like I was Hans Gruber going through the airport, and the amount of security I had around me. But also, we're looking at the profitability of our precious metal miners. Now, a little point here in response to what Peter just said here. I've been suggesting to my clients to accumulate bullion, physical bullion, on a regular basis. Whatever your household budget is, monthly, weekly, whatever it might be, you'll set aside a little month to put out. Since 1983. Point here, I've never sold one piece. And on that conversation that I was on just before we started this, I was speaking to my daughters, and that's for them, that bullion is. So I've been accumulating for 38 years. I've never sold any. I will never sell any. It's that simple. And probably that's the same with my precious metal miners. I just keep scalping the decay. There's a lot of strategy in that, but the profitability of precious metal miners is extraordinary. So we got that dip in the recent weeks. In the end, you just zoom out on it, and the average over the quarter is going to be stunning. The results that they'll start to post later next month will be out of this world. So that's where we are with copper. Natural gas has paused. We'll call it pause, giving back some ground right now, off 3 cents. It did chop to a session low of 316.5 to 3, and it's presently at 320, off 0.31. Of course, I think the big star still is WTI. WTI has really, again, remember, we're looking for that $75 mark. I said that in April of 2020 when it was minus $37. It was heading to $75 WTI, $75 to $85 band here. There's a lot of work here right now, but we're up $1.54 to 72.83. And we're going to start this off in our review on the situation. Alex, thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, well, Alex, I turned 60 today, and I'm going to do all these broadcasts my lucky stuff in the summer was always wearing linen, so I brought out my white linen shirts, and that's what I'm going to be wearing for the balance of the summer, I think, going back to where I started here. So we're going to go through right now, pardon me, having a little bit of fun here. We're going to go through our acquisition today, and it has been a shopping spree. I'll put it to you bluntly. And there's many here to go through on this, but I want to really emphasize in this. Remember, one of my goals with all of this is to ensure a generation of investors is, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And thank you very much, Peter. Peter, fly high. Thank you very much. Nick, thank you very much. And it's a blessing to have a chance to speak with each one of you. Again, I'm really humbled by this support through all of this. But we're going to go through these acquisitions. But remember, one of the goals of this entire thing is to, thank you very much, Betty, is to make sure everyone uses options, knows how to use options to mitigate risk, provide themselves that peace of mind portfolio management approach, and and also is then take the next step and invest in great American companies. Invest in companies that are part of our community and help build a better world. It's really that simple. And from the situations over the last year and a half, I want everyone to start thinking, I certainly am, I'm investing in companies and regions that respect the civil liberties and freedoms of their citizens. Now is the finest time in the world to invest in America. Thank you very much, Anthony. Okay, now let me just say this before we go in. If you're new here watching this review, thank you very much. I hope you be part of this community in the future and continue to be. And for those who attend regular, my beautiful Anusha Karsis, my clientele, investors, family, friends, McNeek, all of you, I appreciate it as always. And so thank you very much. So let's go into our acquisition board right now. And to the surprise of none, I want to start off with XOM. And the reason why funny part about XOM is, when we talk about Exxon, do remember in March of April of last of 2020, everyone was suggesting XOM. Not everyone, pardon me. Many of the experts were saying XOM was done. It was it was a perma bear situation. And of course, we went hard into the paint and accumulated XOM tremendously. This is a great company, a great American company, a crucial part of the economy, and I believe in strongly. Reports on the 29th of July. This is very easy. This is a very simple. We're rolling over positions right now. We've got a very strong, and of course, our cost base is near nil in most of these situations. It's well beyond our normal structure. But right now, it's XOM is up 155, 61.95, and we did add to our tranches today. Real easy on this one, and I'd keep this one real easy on this. 61.95, 61.94. You've got two great situations right now. The 61s for this Friday are bidding 132. So you've got yourself a 38-cent scalp there, a 38-cent scalp there with a $1.32 downside protection. 38-cent scalp is quite sufficient. However, if you want to be a little more greedy, and it's not that too greedy, take a look at the 61.50s for this week, bidding 99 cents. Call it $1 here. Here. That's an enormous scalp. So walk away with a 55-cent scalp for your troubles, or a 45-cent scalp for your troubles. That's XOM. Great situation here. Thank you very much again, Peter. So that's one that I put down on the list here. I want to quickly go to Oxy. Again, another company that I'm really and we're going through companies that we established in. We're adding to. I added today, and I added in the March 20 sell-offs. And I believe in these companies. I believe in them long term. Oxy 29.27, kicking down the stall door, up $1.25, 4.5%. Reports on August the 9th here. Keep this one simple as well. 29.27. Keep it real simple here. Now you could look at the 28s for this week. That's what we refer to lovingly as dirty money, and it really is. The $28 are bidding 149. That's a 22-cent scalp with a $1.49 downside coverage. That's a really nice parachute to fall into. I really like that one a lot. But the 29s are bidding 83 cents. So right then and there, you've got yourself obviously 56-cent scalp. Stick with those in-the-money calls. Remember, markets may go up, markets may go down, but each week option premium will decay. And our tactical plan is to completely write off the investment within 30 months, hence a 40% drawdown. And it brings you to that interesting situation when you completely eliminate your cost of your investment, and you're still able to draw down at that so rate of, let's call it 40% drawdown annually, but you've eliminated your cost base. Think of your cash flow. Think of your revenue stream, your ROI. It's infinite. It's infinite. And when you're getting an enormous rate of return on your original cost base, but you've already eliminated, just keep that going year after year. Cue the image of that sailboat in that ongoing debate nightly, Chablis or the Bordeaux. So let's go next one, COP. We've got a lot of these to go through right now. COP, again, one I'm very happy with. I really like the leadership and the direction that they're moving right now, and what they're focusing, up 3.6%, 59.60. This one's a little more interesting, in my opinion, options wise than Oxy. But you have the 59.60s at 59. I'm sorry, you have the 59 bidding $1.12. So you've got yourself a 52-cent scalp with a $1.12 parachute. I like that a lot. Now you're going to be tempted at 59.60. Let me tell you this: you're going to be tempted looking at those $60 calls, and those $60 calls for this weekend are bidding at 62 cents. That's where you might want to blend tranches, and it's certainly understandable. This is still undervalued in my opinion, and remember, we've got a very good shot at W2A hitting that $75 band, $75 to $85 band this year, and I believe next year. My original belief that we're going to be the century mark over $100 by 2025. I think it's going to be next year. Right now, Koyan, great to see you here. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's see, next one on the list, MRO. I couldn't forget MRO. I know a lot of you have done very well with MRO. We certainly have. MRO, we continuously boosted our position and accumulated on weakness, went hard into the paint. This is up nearly 5%, 4.9% to 13.19 right now. Earnings coming out on August 4th. We're looking at a great set of earnings here. Keep this one really simple as well. But you're going to have to go out a few weeks on this one, because it's not as good a situation as far as the option, and this is really near its an upper level here right now. But you do have a nice play if you're looking at, if you go towards at 13.19, the $13 call for July 2nd. So obviously going into the fourth weekend is bidding 55 cents. That is another rather robust scalp, and something for you to consider here. After that, let's go into KMI. Yes, I love KMI. Besides being part of our community, as some members of our team are part of KMI. Tremendous company, great Houston company, energy infrastructure, not emphasized enough, not respected enough by the present administration, in my opinion. Energy infrastructure is crucial, and I mean that respectful without political agenda, but you have to understand pipelines are the safest, most functional way to deliver energy that propels our economy. We don't want them always to be on rail. It's that simple, much less in the trucking industry. We want to see our pipeline industry. That's where we can really maintain the best environmental standards and efficient methods of delivery. KMI, Kinder Morgan, up 52 cents, 18.18. I can't believe what we were able to scoop that up for both earlier and late Friday. But 18.18. Kinder Morgan pays a robust dividend. Pardon me, let me just go on that. We'll be looking at the dividend payday probably at the end of July. It reports on the 20th of July. So this is a more tactical situation. And what I suggest to everyone, be aware of this. Use your in-the-money calls with Kinder. It pays a really nice dividend on this. But at 18.18, keep it real simple. Go the week before earnings. That way we're able to roll into the earnings. It's just a way that I like to scalp out before the earnings, set it up, and then you take out another period with a really high theta. July 16th, $18 calls bidding 52 cents. Obviously a very nice 34-cent scalp, and for a company that pays a dividend of approximately 27 cents on a quarterly, which is a 6.12% yield, you're able to in 1 month obviously double your that quarterly dividend, and we're going to be able to set it up. And our goal is obviously within my dividend funds, we take down those 6% yields and typically quadruple our ROI. Well, actually, we do quadruple ROI. Thank you very much, Dominic, for joining us. Okay, and I think our next one on this is Hal. Let me just make sure I'm getting everything in the right order here. Hal, that's right, Hal, HP, and then EPD. And this is where all our acquisitions, each one of these are all been part of our day. It's been a busy session accumulation. Again, maybe I should take Fridays off more, and we can plan those shopping sprees later on. Hal up a little more than 5% today, $1.11, pardon me, 23.10. No real dividend to speak of here. Very immaterial dividend in my opinion here. It reports on the 20th of July, and that's where you want to look at this. This is a nice situation here with Hal. Pardon me. 20th of July. And this is where I want to roll out towards this one. Go a little bit further here, and once again, look at the July 16th here. And this is just a nice tactical play here. Nice tactical play here. So again, at 23.10, 1 second here, as this just updates. 23.10. Look at the 23s. Bidding 103, or the 22s bidding 162. Those are July 16th. You're $1.10 in the money, and you've got a 162 bid on the $22 call. That's a 52-cent scalp with a 162 parachute. We can do quite well on that. Thank you very much, Dominic. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Very thankful for all these well wishes. It means a lot to me. So the next one I want to, and our good friend Alex just mentioned this. Let's do EPD first, but let's go do NEE first. NEE is just a great company. We're talking about one's talking about alternative energy. NextEra Energy. We've done very well with that. I've been suggesting to everyone look at it up 1.5% for 74.39, up $1.11 here. Keep it real simple with this one, but this is another one that rewards a tactical investor. A tactically wise investor does very well. Now it's a little more difficult because of the spreads, so you're going to have to go out. That's $2.50 spreads. But again, take a look at this one. Trades monthlies. Look at the August. We have the 7250s. The 7250s, if you want to look at for July 16th, are bidding $2.60. Quite nice. But if you want to roll this out a little bit further, you've got the August ones. August 7250s, $3.50. Very simple. Smart tactical play here. Use your options. Write them down and plan the rollovers. So remember, in a rollover, we buy to close. We buy to close with the least amount of time premium, and we sell them with the greatest amount of time premium. It's the hunt for theta. We scalp the decay of option premium. That's why when you learn this system, the system that I developed, we're only at the early stages here. We become the bank. We are the liquidity of the industry. We make that in-between money, and that's in many ways why the industry doesn't want you to know these types of tactical approaches. It gives you an enormous advantage. Thank you very much, Cayenne. I appreciate it. Okay, let's go into EPD, up 13 cents, small move here. This reports on the 27th of July. We will probably have, again, dividends. Probably the day of record will probably be at the end of July. That's what I'm suspecting. Presently, it trades at a 7.5% yield. This is a real simple one on us. We've done really well on that. And if I just go back to this, pardon me, the dividend is from last quarter was 45 cents. So that's what we know we're looking at here. So we're looking at 45 cents here. We want to take out that nice little scalp here. And so let's look at the $24 call here. So I'm looking for I want that 45-cent scalp on this, or a 45-cent dividend. That's a nice one. And let's see what kind of scalp we can get on that. 1 second here. And just go through this. And here we go. We're slowing down a little bit here. Pardon me, this will just be a second. There we go. So we want that 45-cent scalp, and we've got that at the July. If we want to go out to and write a July 16th $24 call, we've got 56 cents on the bid. The following week is a 65 cents, but with a 56-cent bid, we've got a 42-cent scalp. In essence, we're matching the dividend on that. So either way, if we get called away, fine. And if we're approached to getting called away, then we just roll over, or we're going to take out that scalp. It works out. A win is a win is a win. If you want to, you could also write the following week at 65 cents. Remember, we're just going to look to roll over on that anyways, just the same, execute the rollovers. Okay, so now the big winners. Let's get into our precious metal miners. And this is where I really want to emphasize. This is where, there's a little more narrative on this one. Precious metal miners, when you understand, fiat and you understand gold, precious metal miners in many ways, literally and figuratively, are really printing money at this time or producing money in many ways. The narrative for gold has not changed long term, not even slightly. Many people will have ideas on how much higher it can go. I believe that, but either way, we're investing in industry leaders here. And let's start off with thank you very much, Mr. Hughes. Let's start off with Barrick Gold right now in this review. Pardon me as we get this. And it's kicked down the stall door up in 2%, 41 cents, 21.16, threw money at us. I hope many of you were able to accumulate. This is a very easy situation right now. Barrick Gold, $21. Keep this real simple. Look at writing the 21s for this week at 38 cents. 38 cents, the 21s for this week. That gives you a very nice scalp right then and there of 22 cents. 22 cents. You can go out further. You can go out further. And let me just double check on this. That's right. Barrick reports on August 9th. I would suggest you also give thought to, as we go this out, just to the following week, the week after the 4th. Again, it's going to be a quiet period, and it really would. Bear in mind the 21s for July 9th, and this is, again, it's right after the 4th weekend, so you're going to have a quiet period. The 21s are bidding 65 cents, and the 21.50s are bidding 44 cents. This is where you might want to split tranches here, and I think that would be very effective for you. Let's take a look now at our Barrick Gold bull calendar spread. This one has been another situation that has produced, has been a big money winner for us. On the Barrick Gold 21 at 21.16, the $15 calls are bidding $7.30. Hence, you're at 7.30. That's your ask. You're walking out of there at 22.30, 22.30. So now we've got a widening of that spread. But it's 22.30 is our basis, walking in with an ask of 7.30. Of 7.30 on it, so we've got $1.14 of a time premium on that. Still very easy for us because at 22.30 we're just going to be able to write those $22.50 calls, and it makes it really quite a nice little meal for us on that regard. I would go out a little bit further. Just keep this simple on you. You're writing the 22.50s. You're coming in at 7.30, and the 22.50s for July 16th are bidding 26 cents. Hence, you're walking in with a cost base of 704, and in only a short period of 25 days, you're really progressively reducing your cost base. If you have any questions on the Barrick bull calendar spread, just let me know. Now let's move quickly to Newmont. Newmont, as I've said before, consistently rewards the tactical investor, and that's one that you really want to address. Newmont is again one of those situations that really rewarded this great one. Pardon me 1 second. Let me just that will end that. Pardon me. Newmont, really great situation here right now. Newmont sitting at, again, that puked off hard on the last week. 63 for 24, up 62 cents, up 1% today. At 63.24, this is very undervalued in my opinion here, and I would keep it quite simple. Look at the 62.50s for today. For Friday. I'm sorry. I actually do have a certain exchanges and different things. I actually am able to trade options that expire daily and some very interesting derivative markets. But 63.24. Look at the 62.50s for this Friday, bidding 124. 74 cents in the money. You've got yourself a very comfortable 50-cent scalp there. NEM. Look at that. WPM, Wheaton Precious. Hopefully you've heard me in the past. This is just a tremendous company. It really is. And for those who execute rollovers with Wheaton, it is a money machine. Wheaton, 44.50, up 85 cents here. Keep this one real simple. Keep it close to the wire. WPM, you just want to use your in the money calls. You always do in or at the money calls. And right now, I think you're going to be really tempted. The 44.50s, so you're right at the money. This week bidding 71 cents. You certainly can go towards the in the money call at the 44, but in this one, I think Wheaton's beaten down enough on this. 71 cents makes it an easy play. Okay, Wheaton Precious. For our Canadian investors, WPM.TO, Wheaton Precious, another great situation here. Pardon me. And 54.04, up 74 cents here. And this is another very simple situation. Wheaton, you just accumulate what you can tactically for it. Keep it very simple here. very simple here. $55 call for this week. That's 4 cents in the money, is bidding 85 cents. 85 cents. That's an 81-cent scalp here. Very simple. Whatever you just keep accumulating on this. Very simple tactical approach here. WPM. Let me move to the next one. I just want to make sure I've got all these. What is the next one here? WPM and FSM. Okay, FSM, I had a conversation, just a brief commentary with a gentleman. Unfortunately, I don't know his first name. It's the unfortunate side, isn't it? Twitter, we don't go by first names. So FSM, Fortuna Silver, probably, or at least in my opinion, the most undervalued of the silver miners. The tactical problem with FSM is its option chain. It's miserable. And remember, it only trades monthlies with wide spread, so there isn't much we can do with this. And I bring it up all the time with you simply for that reason, because there's nothing we can do tactically on it. So you have to keep not a lot we can do tactically on it, because you have to trade in monthlies. But now with this retracement, you've got your opportunity with FSM. There's been only 444 contracts traded right now on the $6, but the $6 calls on FSM July 16th, 25 days out, are bidding 25 cents. 11 cents out of the money, 25 cents. This is a real simple play with FSM. Now, for Canadian investors, you have got the big advantage with Fortuna. Fortuna is FVI. And as I mentioned to you recently, the TMX, they have started to institute 25-cent increments, and this in a number of shares. FBI 728. Keep this real simple for you. I wouldn't do this any other way. FBI, July 16th, 25 days out. This is on the TMX. There is no volume on this, no volume on it. The $7 calls are bidding 50 cents. If you're looking for a very clean tactical play, yeah, I agree right now. And that was one I didn't fail to write down. If you're looking at writing, for a Canadian investor, looking at writing a simple play here, please think of this. FBI, 728, the $7 call, 3 weeks out, is bidding 50 cents. You've got yourself a very clean rollover of 22 cents here. Keith is absolutely correct here. HL is my preferred silver miner, has the best institutional support, bar none, bar none. Of course, I'm not worried about social media, but this is an absolute winner here. And for me, this is where my silver investment starts. Up 29 cents, that's 3.9%, 783. This is good, solid volume here. This is a hard in the paint accumulation, hard in the paint here. Keep this very simple with FSM. I would suggest you go out a few weeks here. Let's say the July 9th. This is a really nice period when you make that decision whether or not you want to go into the holiday, go into the fourth weekend. You can either write on the second, knowing that you're going to write in the money calls going into the second, knowing that you're going to roll over, or go to July 9th and just enjoy the holidays and turn that grill on early. The $8 calls, real simple. HL 783, July 9th, $8 call, bidding 29 cents. That is very simple. Keep it simple. 18 days out, you can hammer that. That's a heck of a scalp right there, and a very good opening position. Okay, BTG, B2 Gold, another great situation here, but it lends to the Canadian investor again. BTG, and again, spreads are horrible. Great company, tremendous asset, really like its assets in Mali, tremendous management, extraordinary management, but its options change is fair at best. 446 up 13%, that's 3% here. You've got to look at, and it only writes monthly, so you've got to look at walking out to August, and that one's not bad. That one's not bad, but at 446, you write the $5 at 15 cents. It's fine. Now the real winner for BTG is for Canadian investors. B2 Gold, pardon me. I'm interchanging its symbols. That's BTG on the TMX. I'm sorry, BTO. I'm sorry, BTO on the TMX. Pardon me, 1 second. B2O is BT on the TMX, and that one's a really good one. And this one really, I just sent this off to my friend Bilal and Cody. I really like this one. 552. What did I have here? I've got this right here. Pardon me. 552. I'm going to read this off right now. At 552 with the August 20 550 calls bidding 37 cents. Yes, you have to go out a little bit farther. It's only really a monthly play anyways, but you got a 35-cent scalp on a $5.50 equity. That is just a heck of a basis, and it brings your ACB and your first roll and the first leg of your play down to $5.37. Now, give thought to that. You've got a 35-cent scalp on a 552 stock equity, and how quickly we can eliminate that cost base. Remember, our goal is to do this in 30 months. It's a setup. That one's right there for you. Hit the ball out of the park. And that would be hit the ball out of the park. That would be a Dave Kingman shot. Okay, let's finish this off with AUY, and I'm happy to see a number of my friends got involved in this. JJ and Barry, they went some big game hunting on this one. Very undervalued equity here. It is a little bit on the quiet side of an equity, but good strong volume today on the pickup. 443 up 6.5 cents here. And I would suggest everyone take a look at this one and just go out further. Now you can go take a look at the 450 call. There is those that are very interesting. Keep it real simple. The July, if you want to, you've got the July 23rd. July 23rd are bidding 17 cents. It's very nice and certainly well worth it. So that gives you a very nice 24-cent opportunity upside up, but certainly a 17-cent play there. But also, if you want to go out a little bit further with AUY, and you can be a little bit, as I said, to them to be a little bit greedy. If you want to write the $5 calls right now, the $5 go out to October, 18 cents. There, it's our cash making machines. Now, AUY Yamana is YRI on the TMX for our Canadian investors. And as I was suggesting with some of the other equities, it's having 20 new 25-cent increments. And this really makes it very easy. 548 right now. This is on the TMX, pardon me. And I would just go out, just keep it real simple. Look at those August 20s. August 20th, equity at 548. The 550 call for August 20 is bidding 31 cents. July 16th is 17 cents. No volume trading on this. It's a perfect example of how little activity there is in the options market in Canada, unfortunately. But this is your opportunity if you are a tactical investor, part of our hunting party in Canada, or you invest using on the Canadian exchanges. Take a look for my troubles. I would say just write those August 20s. Nail whatever the market maker can take down. Right off, take down 31 cents, and you've got a nice scalp there. Okay, so that's where we really want to conclude here. I want to thank everyone. I know I went a little bit over your time. I want to thank you for spending the time with me today. I want to thank you all for those wonderful well wishes on my birthday. It really has been a blessing to be a part of this group and have each one of you a part of our group. It really means a great deal to me. Yes, at 60 years of age, I keep thinking I get to do this again, and I'm very humbled and honored by all of this. So if you have, thank you very much. If you have any questions regarding putting any of these situations into play today, I'm around through the balance of the day. Just send me your questions on Twitter, and I'll be able to answer them completely. Thank you very much, Benny, David, Carrie. And otherwise, I will see everyone tomorrow. I hope you're liking the new 0600 Eastern Standard start time. Hopefully it makes it easier for everyone. We'll see how that goes through the summer months. I'll certainly try to. But again, thank you very much, and a pleasure. Again, if you have questions, please send me a message on Twitter, and I'll answer very quickly. Otherwise, I'll be talking to everyone tomorrow at 0600 Eastern Time. And just a reminder, 2021, be the hunter, not the hunted. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.